Myanmar rejects Chinese offer to facilitate Rohingyas to visit in Arakan. How Rohingya youths transferred from open prison to closed prison. The new Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh, Li Jiming, has proposed to facilitate a visit by a group of Rohingya shelters to Myanmar's Arakan state to check the situation there during talks with Rohingyas in Cox's Bazar last month on 16 September and formally discussed during a meeting last week between China, Bangladesh and Myanmar delegates on the sidelines of the 74th United Nations General Assembly in New York. Myanmar has rejected a Chinese proposal to facilitate a visit by Rohingyas to its Arakan state to inspect the situation there from the camps in Bangladesh, a senior Myanmar Foreign Ministry official confirmed, RFA reported. Director General of the Political Affairs Department at Myanmar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Aung Ko, told RFA that his government had never agreed to the offer and was waiting for Bangladesh to allow the refugees to return to the border, whereupon they would be accepted following individual assessments. We will stick to the bilateral agreement to accept returning refugees after they are assessed. We can't do anything as the other side hasn't allowed the refugees to return yet. We have made all the necessary preparations for repatriation, but it will work only if we have the cooperation from the other side. The conditions are the same as before, he said. A day earlier, Bangladeshi Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen told reporters on Wednesday in Dhaka that Napi Dao did not accept the suggestion put forward during the tripartite meeting between Bangladesh, Myanmar and China, held in New York recently on the sidelines of the 74th sessions of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. You know the proposal we put forward to Myanmar. China has also asked Myanmar to take a faction of Rohingyas to Rakhine for them, to see the good works done for their return. Dr. Momen said Bangladeshi Foreign Minister also said he acknowledged that the progress has not yet been visible as not a single Rohingya could be repatriated. It is the responsibility of Myanmar to create conducive environment for the return of the Rohingyas. A genocide survivor from Bangladesh told that it's impossible for them to go back to the killing field of Arakan until their key demands are met. Burma is telling the world that they are trying their best to make the situation safe for Rohingyas so that we can return to our home. But the reality is, Myanmar has done nothing to help us return voluntarily and has been rejecting others' proposals, he added. Rakhine human traffickers indirectly hand over dozens of Rohingya youths from Sitwe and other neighboring cities, especially IDP camps, to the authorities on their way to Thailand and Malaysia after fully receiving the payments of trafficking fees. On 25th September, 18 Rohingya youths were arrested in Sitwe who were about to set off their journey by land. They were actually a group of 60, but the rest escaped police raid. On 26 September, 30 others were caught in Ngapu Thao Tisp of Irrawaddy region, who are also hailing from Take Pien and Thai Chang of Sitwe. There were 44 persons while leaving Sitwe in two groups of 30 and 14 earlier. But the fate of another group is still uncertain. On 29 September, another group of 6 Rohingya youths was detained near the milepost 236/4 on Pathain Monwa Highway, Atak Min Platas of Magwe Division. There are 3 different incidents that took place in the last week of September alone, and similar incidents are very frequent every year throughout the year. The more interesting thing is that nobody knows of their fate. According to reports in 2013, for example, 52 Rohingya youths were detained in Ngapu Thao Tisp. In 2018, hundreds youth were arrested in Thanin Tari region in their voyage to Malaysia by sea. Bago region also arrested 78 Rohingyas earlier this year. This is part of the planned anti-Rohingya operation, according to observers, to expel the remaining Rohingyas there from those regions. The traffickers especially target youth layer of the society whose ages mostly range from 15 to 30. This operation serves the interests of anti-Rohingya extremists from various angles. They not only loot millions of kyats from the people of camps who survive necessitous conditions on other aids, but also endanger them to get into the hands of authorities outside Rakhine state and to be charged with unauthorized movement. If they by chance can escape to their destination, it is also an implementation of their plan to cleanse and throw the Rohingyas out of their land. The traffickers charge 40 to 50 lakh kyats each. Being fed up with the desperate situation in IDP open prison, these members of Rohingya young generation risk their lives relying on the false promises of their enemies, as they believe that risking their lives is better than surviving in camps.